Story 10. Personal Branding. In the process of developing this book, I was advised by my publisher to take a signature picture. I later came to understand that a signature picture is a photo that can represent me on various platforms such as my books, social media, articles in print, and other media. It had to be an image that would register in people's minds so much so they would begin to associate it with me even before reading my name. I dropped whatever I was doing and headed straight to Simon's studio. I found that this studio was a manifestation of perfection. It was tastefully lit, spotlessly clean, and a fresh scent greeted you at the door. The ambience spoke volumes about the customer care and attention to the brand. I waited eagerly for my turn to face the camera. It did not take long. Simon was now taking me through an experience that felt like an introduction to gymnastics. Turn your head, smile. No, don't show too many teeth. Now lift your chin and bend it a bit. Say Jesus. All this to make sure I got the best signature picture. Dixon, I am trying to condense your entire life into a single picture. Simon defended his antics. This whole process gave birth to all of 2 pictures. Spoiled for choice, I subjected them to special analysis by my ardent fans all over social media. Phone calls started coming in at a crazy pace. You look too excited. Just a smile is enough. Smiling is associated with people who are welcoming, one person remarked. That mustache demands an appointment with a facial stylist. Also, tilting your head to the side is feminine, another bluntly stated. The most outstanding comment was that in both pictures, my arms were folded across my chest, and that did not relay a positive message. They thought the posture portrayed misery or being defensive. In addition to the phone calls and text messages, I got overwhelming feedback on my Facebook page, with most people requesting me to go back to the studio for more shots. And I could see their point. I was impressed by the scrutiny that people gave to my pictures, and this taught me a lot about personal branding. People out there care a lot about how we present ourselves. If you want to make it big in business, in your career, or in any other venture in life, be deliberate about the brand that you put out there of yourself. Having studied the hundreds of comments that were sent to me, I decided to head back to the studio. In the end, we captured the elusive signature picture. If you flip back to the cover of this book, you will see the fruit of this hair-splitting exercise. And yes, your comments are still welcome. However, personal branding is not just about pictures, but also about everything concerning us that the public sees. It is how we choose to present our image to society. It is the definition of ourselves that we give out by the way we dress, walk, speak, and behave. If you have not been thinking about personal branding, it is high time you gave it considerable thought, as it could be the difference between the growth of your business and lack thereof. This reminds me of the time a friend posted on his Facebook wall about the changing look of Mogas fuel stations. He talked about how they had greatly improved in quality and image. I had always been very selective, fueling my car at 2 particular stations because of the respect I had for their brands. Also, I stayed away from others afraid of falling victim to fuel adulteration or even being served hot air. When a friend publicly praised Mogas, I had to check it out. Today I fuel my car at Mogas. I must say though that praising the station was not the only reason for making the decision to use their services. It was also because the managing director of the company was my very own OB or old boy, Joseph Jabs Mobiru, with whom I studied at Makerere University. I was inclined to trust this company simply because of the personal brand that Mobiru has built over time. For all the years I have known Mobiru, he has been a man of integrity. This started way back when, as a student, he didn't have much to lose. I am thus putting my confidence in Mogas based on the image of Mobiru that I have had since then. I am convinced that Mobiru would not accept to lead an organization that is involved in fraudulent acts. All this demonstrated the power of personal branding. The image we build and consistently display, good or bad, will last in the minds of people longer than we know. When an OB meets you a decade after you studied together, trust me, the image that comes to his mind is of the person he went to school with. If you were a bully an unserious person, a joker, a thief, a drunkard, etc., you will find that that is the impression that he will still have of you. On the other hand, if like Mubiru, you had cultivated a positive brand of being trustworthy, smart, polite, kind, generous, and respectful, people will continue to hold you in high esteem. Some people have failed to get their desired job simply because the last decision maker on the interview panel was an OB, a village mate, or a former employee who could not risk giving that sensitive position to the person he or she knew to be unserious in previous years. Always remember that your current classmate or fellow worker may be your boss, client, business partner, or even your spouse tomorrow. So if you build a negative brand, in future there may never be time for you to explain that you are a changed person.